Oh, I would have used that would be too much to ask. Oh, I'll be working well. It would just waste money. Waste much to ask for. Maybe do. Maybe buy myself. I don't even know what to do, y'all. This shit is not working. It's like, you said the dark side. Yeah, I make sure.
Oh, that actually worked. Damn. Okay, so I see what the problem is. How I power my phone. Yo, there's mad people in the park right now. 3 a.m. There's like a group of people over there. There's a group of people over here. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of fixed for a second, but I just don't have faith, y'all. I really just don't have faith. And I'm using the connection for my cell phone now as well. Cell binding with my cell. So, let's get one more cast out, and then I'm gonna pack up and go back. I don't know, maybe I could do some sunrise fishing real quick. Recharge something. While we watch the fishing videos, right? Oh, the tide went down. The tide went down something stupid. Damn. All that time of me trying to fix it. Yeah, that'd be crazy if this was it. Uh-oh. Yo, it's so dark, I can't even see if I did catch it. Huh. That was far. Finally made it happen. shit happen and it's too late for it to matter. I don't think I caught it yet. It just be feeling like there's something in my mouth. Well, they ate the bait. Almost looks like a bloody hook. Oh well. Gotta get out. Oh man, I don't even want to bring it. I kind of want to just put it in a bag or something. Cause I feel like I'm gonna just fix the stuff and come right back. I'm up. We up, chat. Damn. I'm talking wide awake. I'm catching me a fish today. I don't care what they say. Yo, somebody really got their kid out here. Somebody really got their kid out here. 3 a.m. Come back right before the sun starts coming out. We catching a fish today. Mark my words, yo. Mark my words. I'm going to catch a fish today. I don't care what I gotta do. I'm going to do it. So mad. To explain part of what went wrong, somehow my streaming soon scene got renamed. How? I have no idea. But the way that the stuff works when you're remote, when you're losing signal it'll switch to a stream to a connection issues. Be right back. And then if your connection go all the way bad, it'll switch to your be right back scene. And it's also supposed to start at your streaming soon scene and switch from there and stuff like that. So the scene for streaming soon, for some reason, just decided to stop, to rename itself. What did it want to rename itself? Tony. So, between that, my phone on 20, which I think was also a part of my connection issue, because what fixed the connection was me adding my actual other cell phone on as a Wi-Fi connection. So, seeing as light on connection, it's 3 a.m. and there's kids still out. A lot going on. So I think I'm just gonna cut this line. Keep it moving, gang. Look at this big ass boat. This boat huge. Matter of fact, I could just do this. Look at that boat. You see it? I am curious who the fuck is out here right now. I guess school is out. Shit, I'll leave that right there. Didn't even die. It didn't even mess up. It like didn't cut. You always got a zip tighter now. So pressing the blade edge with my finger. Way to go, Tom. Alright. So the majority of our stuff is back. I'm missing one thing. And I'm probably not missing it. It's probably in the bin. Yeah, it's in the bin. Cool. Dummy check. Yo, the tide went low. The tide was not that low when we got out here initially. You see that? Look at them rocks over there. You see them rocks over there? The tide was not that low. The tide got dumb low out of nowhere. dark. I know. I am a dark. I can't even see my chat right now. So sorry. But I do got a light, so I can at least do this, right? I'm so curious of who is out here with their kids right now. Like, 3 a.m. is crazy work. I'm so curious. Curiosity did kill the cat. But I'm a nigga. Oh, let's see. Oh shit, this joint all wonky. Let's turn this joint to myself a little bit if I can. Come on. I can't. I can't. Oh wow, there's a whole bunch of people over here. Look. Whew. They doing like they looking for something right now? There's like a bunch of people out here just looking for shit. This young boy running after me, that's funny. You ain't gonna catch me, huh? It ain't gonna work. Yo, they all out there just looking for something. Somebody must have lost something in the dark. I probably could have helped them. I probably got more light than they do. Luckily, my batteries are still pretty much fully charged. So, I could come back out. Go power up. Ugh. This shirt once. Okay. Hold on, this is yours. Like. John said, I know what I'm gonna do. This John. Oh, I know what it did. It hit the center button. It starts recentering itself. It's because I'm on I think I'm on the wrong John. It's cool. As long as it stays where now. What's my battery even on? 17? Oh, alright. Yeah, we'll make it. I only need 5% to get going. Oh. Sorry, chat. I can't really see anybody. Only people I can see is Twitch. The Twitch pops up on my stream phone. But my chat phone is not up because I wasn't thinking this was gonna work. And it did. Out of nowhere. Decided to work. Night ride, Joe. It's been a minute since I did this. I used to just be on my dolo doing this. It is getting a little chilly. Crazy. I'm still determined though. I didn't lose the determination to catch a fish. It didn't disappear. Oh shit. Oh gang, you're still rocking. It's good to see everyone. Bum bum bum. I forgot. Even if it is, ain't nobody on these streets. Scooter battery on 75%. Well, we did learn one thing tonight. How to open up the desktop version of a website on your phone. That definitely helped. Well, Chad, I'll be right back.
Oh, and I've been muted this whole time. Way to go, Tone. Way to go. Way to go.
Nah, there's this one part I know it's gonna take us hard to do.
Bro, what, bro?
Hey, chat, I love all y'all for real. Thank you,
Let me
everybody,
plug my
for all the
phones in
love.
now.
W57 with arthritis mods. Can we get on that?
Let these
Thank
joints
you
get
guys
a
for
whole
real,
hour.
bro. This shit is insane. We're in the new crib. We're about to run the one more segment.
Bro, this whole time, that whole issue was because my laptop
In
was hot.
about 13 minutes ago, I had officially turned 28, bro. Holy shit,
It's
y'all.
like a 28-year-old speech.
I don't care what nobody says.
I don't have a
Especially when you
28-year-old.
No, but like how you're feeling, how life is going. You know, what I'm saying how you feeling at 28, and you know what you expect to come, like, and you know what you expect to.
These niggas really on chain together.
I got him here. All right. Ready?
No. Wait till it's surface out.
Come on. Surface out.
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
2, 3, go. Hold on, wait a second. Wait to come back. When they come back, we're jumping. 3, 2, 1, jump.
She's not here, y'all.
3, 2, 1, jump.
Wait, where's
Slow
it
down,
going
slow
to?
down.
All right, bet. It's facing that way.
Come on. Go straight to the next one. Come on.
Be careful, be
Oh,
careful.
shit. This is a little spooky. We just gotta run. On your mark, get set, go. Just run.
Where's y'all going?
That ain't gonna work. We gotta do it one by
We gotta
one.
go strategically. No, we just gotta go at the same. Come on.
Ready? All right, y'all already running.
Just moving it. Go. Yeah, come on.
Jump.
That shit ain't nothing. Come on. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump.
Wait, hold on.
1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump.
What's at that door?
Three buttons.
Oh, we gotta hang off. So
What?
two people go down.
I ain't go. Move back some, Deshae. All right, move back the other way.
What do I
Everybody
do?
run back the other way. No, you good. Just stay on. Just move back the other way. All right, got one more. Yeah, boom, it's good.
What the hell we doing?
It's good. Yo, jump down, y'all. Jump down.
Go.
Jump.
They probably disappeared, so go.
Jump.
Well, I'm
Jump.
alive, y'all.
Jump.
No fish.
Come on, don't get the jumping off fast and
Let's
shit.
go research.
Bro, hey, you can
for
see it
an
where it's
hour.
going, bro.
Go back, right?
I'm here.
Let everything
Come on,
charge
go.
up. Phone
Fuck we
charge.
at?
Both phones charging.
Where the fuck we
I
at?
don't think we're supposed to go. I think we failed. We gotta wait for the block to come back.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck?
Hey, get off of that. Deshae. Let's jump. Let's try to run, jump back to where we started. Yeah. 1,
Come on.
2,
All right,
3.
so
run,
unplug
run,
the
run,
can.
run.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
Run, jump.
Oh!
Right.
What's Emily
Shit.
doing?
Come on.
She playing a new game? What's Save Twix?
Like, what the flip? Like, why am I playing? If there's no cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point? Okay, what else have I not played? What about 60 Seconds? I see a lot of people play that game. No, they never have it in the description. They're just like, here you go. Surprise. The whole game is in Russian. Enjoy. Let's try 60 Seconds. I've never played that. I've never played it, but I've seen people play it before a lot. All I have is... I don't know, but yeah, what happened to Schedule 1? I love Stray, yes. Of course. Of course I've played that game. Of course. I'm just trying to play games that I haven't played right now. All I really want is... Oh my god, hi Sam. How are you? The forest is fun, but it's fun with people. My friend Nikki has been saying we were going to play the forest. But we haven't played. We haven't played it yet. I wonder when we're gonna play. Maybe I should bother her right now. Oh, she's not online. What are you doing? I can text her. You can play it solo? I know, I've played it solo, but I think it's just more fun with people.
She still look like Death Doorstep. Well,
yes, it's so fun with people.
oh, I do have another one already. Bet. So plug you in here.
Oh, she texted back very fast. She's saying she made cookies.
Sorry, I'm probably still
Like,
a little.
She made cookies right now?
I don't got nothing up here.
Oh my god, she did.
It's probably
Wait, she
blue
just
right
sent me
here,
an Instagram.
right?
All I really want is-
Hey, look at that.
Hold up. This is what Nikki's doing right now.
Supposed to be this sticky, or if I messed up, but I guess we'll just.
It's 2 in the morning.
I'm about to roll me a little dirty sap.
Didn't
Wait.
make that much. It was an accident, I swear.
Chad's watching them.
We may have.
A little Rochian. Oh, that's what it was. I had the wrong scene
I
on.
think that looks pretty
I wonder why it
good.
was a little off, y'all.
Alright, let's see how successful this
See
is.
if that works.
I want a cookie.
No, it don't
It's
work.
soft and chewy.
Oh yeah, it does work. We are charging now.
That actually came out pretty good. That's a really random. Fairlife milk is so good.
I want
Let's stop playing
cookies.
around, y'all. Let's figure it out. How to be a man. No, I don't need to know that. I know how to be a man. Yeah, I saw you was playing Chain Together. I don't know, man. Can we sit through this? I seen they was all playing. Yikes. I don't know how deep I want to get into that one. No Diddy. Who's Don Chevin?
Oh, bitch, go up there.
Ray J still alive? Alright, let's pause these Jones, cause these is cooking my I'm on my Mac side. I'm on my PC, so whenever you see me on the PC looking at stuff, this multi stuff doesn't necessarily work the best. I don't know. It's something about the graphics, the way that they work on the PC. Damn, look at that. See how much further they look like they are? They're actually on Earth.
I gotta bag up and pull.
Everybody playing it because it's a wave right now. They seen Ray and Rakai and all them playing it, so they like, oh, that's the thing on Twitch. If somebody's playing a game, when you stop playing a game, right, on Twitch,
Get up! Bro, nigga freak, bro.
when you go on Twitch and you stop playing a game, right, and you're in a category, where's Chain Together? I wonder if it's up here. Chain Together. This joint probably ain't been on this list in forever. But so whenever you stop playing a game, usually the recommended, it's sorted by, when you're a user of Twitch, I think it sorts it by recommended. After that, when you're brand new, it'll just sort it from like high to low for the most part. When this person cuts off, this is the next highest streamer, and people who actually enjoy the game are gonna go into this next person, or this next person, or this next person. Damn, that's crazy how the numbers go 20 bands, 4K, 1K, 750, and they all on the same stream. That's crazy. But so yeah, when somebody's playing a game, the easiest way to get found on Twitch is to find a game that people are playing, and then when they log off, catching a lot of the viewers who enjoy watching this game. So that's 1 viewer, 4 viewer. A lot of these people are kind of banking on that, for real, for real. This is actually a smart category to be in right now because it's literally only 1 page of viewers. Shit, got me ready to play Chain Together, but I can't sit through that. I keep it big. But whenever somebody big is playing a game that not a lot of people are playing, they always suggest that you play that game in that category to gain those viewers. Because if you actually look at, like, the Chain Together, like, it's got 27.4 viewers right now, but it's also got 26.9 followers. So whenever people are playing this game, these people right here get an alert. Little corny Twitch hacks. I just, again, crazy how now he playing it. Riding the wave, right? How to be a man is crazy. Why did I just Google that? How to catch a fish. I'm in a river, but maybe the stuff applies.
What is up, guys? This is Zach from Angler's Escape, and today I'm going to make a really short and sweet video on how to fish lakes. So let's say you're the beginner, you don't know where to begin. The first thing you want to do is find information, so do a quick online search on the fishing report of that specific lake. If that doesn't pull up anything, go to your local bait shop, and when you pick up worms or minnows, ask the bait shop owner, they'll give you a lot of information. So now I want to go over what baits to bring. Whenever I go to a lake, there's 2 baits I would not go to the lake without. One is worms, and the other is minnows. There's a reason why these are in every bait shop across the U.S., and that's because they work so well, and most fish species in America will take them. So here's some Canadian night crawlers. You can see they're big and juicy. Always open up the container before you buy them, because sometimes they're dead or really puny. Usually $2 or $3 at the local bait shop or Walmart. Here's a bunch of minnows. I got a couple dozen. I usually like to switch up the sizes, so I'll get a dozen medium, a dozen large. The minnows are great for bass and crappie, and the worms are great for bluegill and catfish. And so today's video, I want to talk about the 4 main species that you're going to find in lakes, and most lakes in North America anyway, and that's bluegill, catfish, crappie, and bass. So now I want to go into the poles that I use. And whenever you go lake fishing, you want to bring 2 different pole setups. One with 10 to 12 pound test line, and this is going to be for bass and catfish. And one with 4 pound test line, and this is going to be for panfish, bluegill, and crappie. And so let's go ahead and just talk about my setup with 10 to 12 pound test line. And basically, like I said earlier, this is going to be for catfish and bass. And so for catfish, all I'm going to be doing is fishing worms on the bottom. This is your #1 go-to for catching catfish in lakes. And so for my quick overview of my setup, I just have a 1/0 circle hook, and you can go up to a 2/0 circle hook, but nothing too big. And basically I string the worms onto here, then I have about a foot leader up to a barrel swivel and just a little egg slinker. So this way when the fish starts to pull on my bait, they don't feel that weight of the sinker because it just slides. And again, you want to be fishing on the bottom for catfish, no bobber, and just use some worms and you'll have a lot of success. The other thing I'm going to be targeting on my 10 to 12 pound test line reel, and rod and reel, is going to be bass. And so here's some excellent bass lures to start out with. Here's a Kevin Van Dam 2.5 square-billed crankbait, and here's a Rapala jointed crankbait, both excellent crankbaits for bass. Another lure that I wouldn't go without is just a standard rooster tail. You can catch crappie, catfish, bass, and bluegill on it. Blue Fox and Panther Martin make some excellent inline spinners, and they're great for all types of fish species. So now with the rod that you have 4 pound test line on, this is going to be the one for crappie and bluegill. Here's the crappie setup. If you're going to be fishing from a dock or a boat, you can drop a minnow straight down. Now crappie are going to suspend themselves. So catfish are on the bottom. We already talked about that, how you just want to have a weight out there, sink it to the bottom. The catfish will take your worm. Crappie aren't going to take worms, they're going to take minnows, and they're going to take them suspended. So the crappie aren't going to be at the surface, they're not going to be at the bottom, they're going to be about mid-column of the water. Take a little
where do I get worms
standardized
right now?
J-hook, hook your minnow through the nostril. So I go up through the mouth, through the nostril, not through the head or it'll kill them. And right there, I'm through the nostril, he's still lively, and he'll stay alive for hours on end. Then have about, I don't know, 8 inches up to a foot, have a little bit of split shot just to keep your minnow weighted down so he doesn't swim up back to the surface. And then drop your line down so it's about halfway to the bottom. And now, if you're fishing like the shore, it's a little harder to judge what's halfway. You can use a bobber, obviously, and the best is a slip bobber. So what a slip bobber allows you to do is it slides up and down your line, so when you cast it out, you'll have a little piece of string tied to your fishing line. And so once 12 feet of line is out, your bobber will just keep sliding up the line until it hits that little piece of string that doesn't interfere with their casting and stop there. So now you're fishing like 12 feet deep under a bobber. You're not fishing on the bottom, you're not fishing at the top, and you're fishing from shore, which is really nice. And so finally, guys, let me show you my panfish and bluegill setup for lakes. And again, this is the 4-pound test line setup, light action rod. You want a bobber, usually the smaller the better. I just use a big bobber just for example. It's a little easier to show. But the smaller the bobber, the better, because the fish feels less resistance when it pulls the bobber down, so it's less likely to spit the hook. But anyway, usually I'm fishing about 2 to 3 feet down from the bobber for bluegill and panfish, so I got a little bit of split shot, about 1.5 feet down, and then about another 1/2 foot to a foot I have my little hook. And if the bluegill are ever stealing your baits, you want to just keep downsizing your hook until you start catching them, and downsizing your bait size as well. And you're going to be wanting to use worms for that too. So a quick recap. For the bluegill and catfish, you're going to be using worms. The difference is the catfish are going to be on the bottom, and you're going to be using that 10 to 12 pound test line. The bluegill are going to be closer to the surface, about 3 feet under. You're going to be fishing near the shore, and you're going to be using the 4-pound test line. The crappie and bass, you're going to be using minnows, which I have right here, and you're going to be using the 10 to 12 pound test line for the bass and the 4-pound test line for the crappie. And finally, guys, again, I just want to reiterate these good bass lures right here. Some of my favorites. My personal best bass was caught on this jointed Rapala crankbait, and this is probably the crankbait I've caught the most bass on in general. Crankbaits are pretty user-friendly. And again, if you want to go for all 4 fish species, I find an inline spinner, catfish, crappie, bass, and bluegill will take it. So I hope you try out one of these tips and you enjoyed this video, and this will get you started. And thanks for watching.
Did I learn anything? Eh. I'm catching a fish today. I don't know what part of Delaware he on, but it ain't over here. Yo, there was really a whole family just in the park just now at 3 a.m. Yo, I'm still so mad that the whole reason that my connection was bad just now was because I didn't have my cooling pad turned on. This could have been avoided. I didn't even have to come back. I could have called somebody and said, yo, turn my cooling pad on. But between that, my scene changing, it was whatever. Not that deep. He's not teaching us anything. He's just out here fishing for 4 minutes. Catching the fish of a lifetime. 3 ways to use. I don't have worms. I don't have worms. Fishing bait. I feel like I don't know. maybe I'm using bad bait, but they're eating the stuff. The only thing that they weren't eating was much of the shrimp. It looked like they weren't messing with the shrimp too much. The end shrimp tails, they was messing with the full shrimp though. Striped bass on the Delaware River. It's like I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Well, smallmouth bass are my favorite fish by far. I chase them all over the country, and I've got some lures that I really love to use when I'm targeting smallies, and it has to do with the habitat and the characteristics of this fish. Number one is they love clear water, right? So this is going to do a couple things for us. They are very, very sight oriented, and they're also more apt to get deep. Smallmouth also love rocky type of habitat and structure, and they are more apt to roam than, let's say, largemouth are. Smallmouth can just be a pile of them in a one spot, and then, you know, an hour later they're way far away from that. When they get on bait fish, they really like to move around. So let's get into my favorite lures for them. Number one has got to be a tube. These soft tubes are so good. They're extremely versatile through the entire water column. With an insert tube head, you're very likely to catch one on the drop. Then on the bottom, you can bounce it, leave it sit, crack it, all types of things.
Fishing sucked, man.
With an insert tube head,
it wasn't that bad. It was nice and peaceful for a little bit until my connection started acting bad.
Got something that can work,
and then when I got back, finally, I realized why my connection was bad.
That is a lure that can really dial in what these fish want.
I'm gonna go back out in an hour.
Any given moment.
Try to get out before the sun rises.
Number two is probably going to be a drop shot for me. I've caught so many smallmouth on a drop shot, and when they're fishing really deep water, I like to put a heavier weight on there, and boom, just get down to depth quickly.
What type of man am I? I can't catch a fish.
These little minnow-type lures are just so good at catching just numbers of smallmouth.
Really?
Number three is going to be a Ned rig, because smallmouth love rocks, right? And Ned rigs do a good job of imitating crayfish, whether that's just with a little short stick bait, or we actually put a small soft plastic craw on our Ned rig. When you have a hard bottom composition, it is just ideal for the Ned rig to shine and put numbers in the boat, and those compact sizes are so good for smallmouth.
Man, watching people
Next for me is if I can find riprap on a body of water, wow, I'm going to be burning square bills. Square bills just get hit by smallies so well when they're up on the riprap. I like to throw really small square bills, or even like a 1.5. They just catch numbers of fish for me, and it's so
appreciate you asking, though, Hood.
And for those times of the year when the smallmouth really get on the bait fish, I'm going to be throwing small little swim baits like this tiny rage swimmer here, or something similar. The size just mimics the prey species that they feed on so often, and it's a great way to cover water. And when those smallmouth are on the move, that's what we want to do. We want to be able to cover water and stay with them. And if I had a number 6, it's probably going to be
That's why I'm over here doing
hard
research now, man. I'm going to figure this shit out.
Because it can put numbers in the boat quick. Well, if you'd like to watch a video about the most critical factor for jerk bait success, go ahead and watch this one right here. And make sure to go ahead and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just
I think my hook's too large, too. I think I got to just downsize my hook.
Steve Rogers.
I don't know though, man. Because then I was using.
In one of my most recent videos, I went over exactly what I think should be inside of a beginner angler's first ever tackle box. From the lures inside, hard baits, soft baits, terminal tackle, to the actual box and bag themselves and any accessories. I talked about everything that's needed to make sure your angler is properly set up for success. What I'm going to do in this video is take every single lure that I recommended y'all put in your first beginner tackle box, and I'm going to show you how to properly fish all of these lures. That way you can get out in the pond or on the lake and not be confused as to what to do.
Should I be using a lure, y'all, or should I just be sticking with a hook?
So go ahead and click that link in
like,
the video
is a lure
description.
that much
But I say
better?
without further ado, we hop into our tackle box here. First, opening up the tackle bag, and we're going to talk about the soft plastic lures first. I'm going to show you guys how to rig these soft plastic lures. Then we're going to go on the pond behind me and show you how to use these lures to catch bass. So the first one we're going to talk about is going to be none other than the soft plastic worm itself.
And why
the
they keep
soft
talking about
plastic
these damn
stick
baits?
bait.
I don't even think there's bass in these waters. I don't know, but I don't think I'm looking for bass.
The soft plastic stick bait is a fantastic beginner worm because it doesn't require any sort of fancy action or skills really. You cast it out there, you let it sink, and you hop it back to the bank, as we'll show you guys. But how do you rig this soft plastic stick worm? We're going to use what's called the Texas rig. Now, if you're confused on what the Texas rig is, I think I have a video detailing it, and if I don't already on my channel, I will leave one linked below. Really, with all of these lures that we're going to discuss, I already have really detailed instructionals. This video is going to serve as an overview on how to fish these lures. If you want to dive deeper into these, there's a lot of intricacies and a lot of details with it. I will have those videos linked below for y'all to check out. Again, my channel, I hope to make it a library of bass fishing content that y'all can lean into and learn on. So what you're going to do with rigging this Texas rig hook is you're going to thread it through the top of the worm here,
little dirty
about
salad.
quarter
I gotta
inch,
stop saying
and a third of an inch, then poke it all the way out, run it through until that bend in the top of the hook near the eye passes through that worm a little bit. Then you're going to find where that hook bend is supposed to pop out of your worm, just like this. You're going to poke it on through, and it should wind up pretty dang straight. And that right there is how you rig your Texas rigged worm. So I say we hop in the water and show you guys how to fish this thing and catch bass. Fishing a soft plastic worm is really a whole lot easier than you'd ever think. Like I said a second ago, it's really cast out there, let it sink, and work it back slowly in. So the biggest thing that I see, and the thing that keeps a lot of beginner anglers from catching fish, is really a twofold thing. One, they fish it too fast. And two, because they fish it too fast, they do not allow that worm to get to the bottom. Most of the bass in your bodies of water, I don't care if it's a creek, a stream, a river, or a huge lake, most of the bass are going to live at or around the bottom, especially in shallow water. So by the time I've had this whole conversation, my lure is definitely at the bottom. It is sitting down there, and I can tell that because my line is no longer going out. If you're fishing calmer water and you cast, you'll see as your lure falls, no matter what type of lure you're throwing, as long as it's not a topwater, you'll see that line kind of go out from you and then stop. And that's when you can tell your lure has made it to the bottom. If it's too windy and you can't see your line, you'll just have to learn to know this by feel. But again, I take so long to talk about this because it really is the most important thing when throwing a soft plastic, especially this soft plastic stick bait. So we now have it at the bottom. I'm gonna reel in all of my slack. I'm gonna lift it up a good foot, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot up in the air. And now you'll see I've caused a bunch of slack in my line out there. You can see I can move the rod tip without actually moving the soft plastic worm. I'm gonna reel in my slack as I lower my rod tip down. Then with that line tight, repeat the process. Lift up, let it sink back down. Give it 3 or 4 seconds to get back to the bottom without actually moving the soft plastic worm. I'm gonna reel in all of my slack. I'm gonna lift it up a good foot, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot up in the air. And now you'll see I've caused a bunch of slack in my line out there. You can see I can move the rod tip without actually moving the soft plastic worm. I'm gonna reel in my slack as I lower my rod tip down. Then with that line tight, repeat the process. Lift up, let it sink back down. Give it 3 or 4 seconds to get back to the bottom. Reel in your slack, lift up that worm, let it sink back down. It is a super easy process, but something that people mess up because they try to overcomplicate it. They try to, jig their rod tip up and down and maybe reel that worm back to the bank. This worm right here has 0 appendages. So what do you think reeling it's gonna do? It's not gonna do anything. This thing excels at doing nothing. That's the whole point of a soft plastic worm. So cast it out there, let it sink. No matter if you're using a bait caster or a spinning rod, you wanna let that thing sink to the bottom. Lift it off the bottom, let it sink back down, reel in your slack line. It is a super simple process and catches bass all around the country. What a bite's gonna feel like on this lure, any soft plastic really, is either going to be a little tap on your line. If it's a big bass, a big tap, or you're just gonna lift up and it's gonna kind of feel a little bit mushy. It might feel like you're stuck down there. When you're beginning, people ask all the time, how do I know if it's a bass or how do I know if I'm stuck? You really don't know. It becomes a muscle memory type thing, but as long as you have a high quality rod and reel and some good line, you'll be able to tell, okay, something feels a little bit different here. This doesn't feel like the same, water that I've been pulling my lure through as I work it back to the bank. That probably means you have a fish, so you're going to reel all the way down, just like you have been when you've been reeling in your slack line. You reel it all the way back down, and then you set the hook like your life depends on it, set the hook, and then reel that fish in. Don't feel the need to go back down, set the hook again, back down, set the hook again. When I was a beginner, I would lose fish all the time because I would set the hook and feel like I've got to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, and you just don't. The biggest thing is you never want to give that fish slack line because then it's free to wiggle its head around in that hook that used to have pressure forcing it into the top of that fish's mouth. Is not going to have pressure anymore, and it's very easy for that fish to shake that hook out. So again, this is
probably what I've been messing up
set the hook again, back down, set the hook again. When I was a beginner, I would lose.
Hold on, so I missed.
It becomes a muscle memory type thing, but as long as you have a high quality rod and reel and some good line, you'll be able to tell.
Because it's like I'll
okay,
be feeling the fish on the line, but
here.
like
This doesn't feel like the same, water that I've been pulling my lure through. As
but
I
I'll be
work it back
thinking
to
maybe
the
I'm
bank.
tripping and just
That
be
probably
letting
means you
them
have
go.
a fish, so you're going to
That's
reel
what they
all the way
shaking free.
down,
That's
just
what it
like
is.
you have been when you've been reeling in your slack line. You reel it all the way back down, and then you set the hook like your life depends on it. Set the hook, and then reel that fish in. Don't feel the need to go back down, set the hook again, back down, set the hook again. When I was a beginner, I would lose fish all the time because I would set the hook and feel like I've got to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, and you just don't. The biggest thing is you never want to give that fish slack line because then it's free to wiggle its head around in that hook that used to have pressure forcing it into the top of that fish's mouth. Is not going to have pressure anymore, and it's very easy for that fish to shake that hook out. So again, this is a super simple lure to throw, and if you want to see a master class on how to fish Texas Freak soft plastics, I will leave that video linked in the description. Now moving on from our soft plastic stick bait, we're going to move to our soft plastic creature bait, which is going to be rigged the exact same way.
And he really just using random stuff.
A creature bait is an incredibly versatile lure because it can represent a lot of different things. It can represent a crawfish, a bluegill, really any kind of creature, as the name would suggest, that a bass would eat, any kind of forage, a creature bait can represent, kind of with the exception of like a bait fish or a shad. Of course, you could get white or bait fish colored creature baits, and I'm sure it would confuse the bass and cause them to bite. But a creature bait is another fantastic lure. Again, if you want to see a video on how to rig every single soft plastic, I think in that video I go into like 15 different versions of soft plastics. I will leave that one linked below, but I'm not going to show you guys up close of this one. Again, you're going to feed it about 1/4 inch, poke the hook through, spin it around until it passes that barb. Then you're going to find where the hook pokes through, bend the soft plastic, poke it through, and just like that, you have yourself a rigged soft plastic creature bait. Like I said, it imitates everything and it definitely catches bass everywhere, usually a little bit bigger bass than the soft plastic worm does. For whatever reason, this lure has a bigger presence in the water. Usually, like this rage bug here, it's got more vibrations, more appendages that cause a bigger appearance in the water to those fish, and that just triggers a bigger bite. So let's go on the water and show you guys how I normally fish this soft plastic. The soft plastic creature bait is really no different when it comes to working it than the soft plastic worm is, but oftentimes because it does have more appendages, a little more action, it does take a little bit longer to fall to the bottom. So with the soft plastic creature bait, you got to be a little more patient with fishing it than you are a worm. But again, I cast it out there, it's now at the bottom. There's two main ways that I work a creature bait. The first of which being the same as the worm, as lifting up my rod tip, where that lure kind of goes from here up into the water column and then back down. Or if you're fishing around gravel or rock or maybe a hard sand bottom, another great way to catch them, especially around rock, is by dragging your soft plastic creature bait. So I'm gonna back up a little bit so y'all can see. Instead of hopping it like this, I'm gonna lower my rod tip down and I'm going to drag it just like this right here. And I can't tell you why, but bass love a creature bait drug along the bottom. It just catches fish all over the place that I go, especially in the springtime when those bass are up shallow spawning. Dragging a creature bait is the best way to go to catch a bass. And again, as slow as you can go. I feel like as more people get into fishing, you're going to see fish become harder and harder to get caught. And so I feel like slowing down with these soft plastic presentations is going to work very, very well, especially if you are just getting into the sport. Soft plastics, in my opinion, are the best way to go. Same thing with the hook set. You're going to be dragging or hopping, feel something a little different. Maybe you kind of feel your line swimming off to a direction that you didn't cast. You probably have a fish. You're going to reel down and set the hook just like that. If you want to know a really cool video on how to properly set the hook with all these different types of lures, because hook sets are not the same. If you set the hook with a creature bait the same way you set the hook with a crankbait, you're going to lose a lot of those crankbait fish. So there's definitely differences when it comes to hook sets with all these lures. I will leave that video I've made about hook sets in the video description as well. If you can't tell already, I love making videos that help you guys in every way possible. So we are finished with the soft plastic creature bait. Let's move on to the last soft plastic that was in this beginner tackle box, and that being the soft plastic jerk bait.
I think this is what I got a lot of. I don't think I got any of the other ones.
I absolutely love the soft plastic jerkbait, and in my opinion, it is the best all-around pond lure out there. I've made videos on it before, titled as such, Best Pond Lure Ever, and I'm sure I'll keep making those videos because I believe this, in different colors, can represent every type of forage those fish are going to possibly eat. And I really think this profile right here in this size, specifically the 4-inch, catches bass of all sizes and all kinds all around the country. It's going to be rigged the exact same. I don't really feel like I have to show you guys. It's a Texas rig. 1/4 inch through the top, 1/3 of an inch.
Will this work?
Poke it out through that underneath area where that pocket is in that soft plastic jerkbait. Poke the hook back through. You know, whether you want to leave the hook exposed or put it back into the worm to make it weedless, you can do whatever you want. It's just a fish catching machine. I say we go in the water and show you guys how to fish this one, which is a little bit different than fishing the creature bait and the worm. So a soft plastic jerk bait, I'm going to rig weightless almost all of the time. Occasionally I'll put it on a belly weighted hook or a nose weight, just like I had the other Texas rigs, but I think it's most effectively fished weightless. I'm going to cast it out there. Now, letting it sink to the bottom is definitely effective, but I found that fish that are, willing to feed and chase, especially in clear water, are looking around. They're willing to chase a lure just like this one up in the water column. So it's not necessarily as important to get it all the way down on the bottom, but you definitely want to get it, closer to the bottom of the water column, not up top. But the way that I work it is almost like I work a worm, where I'm going to lift it up, but instead of a slow lift like I had with the worm, it's going to be more of a jerk, like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to cause that jerk bait, just like a bluegill or a bait fish, to kind of like jump left and right as it goes higher in the water column, and then you let it sink back down. And as it's sinking back down, you might give it one more jerk, and it kind of jerks that soft plastic jerk bait up, and it really glides and gets those fish's attention. So that's one way you can work it. Another way, that if those fish are really shallow, they're feeding on bait fish, you actually see fish physically hitting the top of the water, is you cast it out there, and you take your rod tip and you go like this. It's almost like a jerk down. Instead of pulling your worm up, you're jerking it down just like this, a lot faster, maybe 3 or 4 seconds. In between every 2 to 3 or 4 jerks you give that rod, and you're gonna find some
Bro, I'm trying to learn. You acting crazy, gang.
incredible success working your soft plastic jerkbait this way. And just like
working your soft plastic jerkbait.
like I said with the other 2 lures, if you want to see a very well done video on how to fish this thing, a master class on the soft plastic jerkbait, I will have that linked in the video description as well. So I just realized as I was finishing up the soft plastics portion that I didn't talk about what knot I use to tie all of my lures on there. I'm a simple guy. I keep it simple. I tie 1 knot, and that's called the Palomar. I use what's called the fisherman's knot or the improved clinch for a long, long time. I don't even know what knot is best out there, but I have success tying the Palomar, and a great buddy of mine, Tyler Berger, I believe either today or in the very near future, is dropping a video about all these different fishing knots, and I'm actually teaching how to tie the Palomar, so I will leave that video, as long as it's out on YouTube, I will leave a link in the video description below. Palomar is a super simple knot. There's tons of videos out there. I just don't feel like covering knots in this video because this video is about the lures themselves. So now that we have soft plastics done, some of my favorite pond lures are up ahead. The first of those being the spinnerbait.
Got none of these. What is this?
I'm going to be honest and say that I don't believe there's a better moving bait for every pond out there than a spinnerbait. I talked about it in the previous video. It is a very weedless lure. It can be fished in any water depth at basically any speed. You can roll it really slow with your reel, or you can burn that thing back to the bank or back to the boat. A spinnerbait just catches fish and really has an awesome presence in the water, gets those bass's attention and causes them to eat. Now, how do you work a spinnerbait? Is it just a cast and retrieve lure? Yes and no. I'll top on the water and show you guys how to work a spinnerbait. The good and faithful lure, the old spinnerbait, is a super easy to learn how to throw, and that is exactly why I've included it in this beginner tackle box series. So what you're going to do is you're going to literally cast it anywhere you want. Out there in the middle, up here near the bank, you can catch fish anywhere. But you got to understand, just like the soft plastics, most bass that are going to hit a spinnerbait want it around the bottom. I haven't found many situations, especially in ponds, where the bass want it super high up in the water column, almost where the blades are like hitting the top of the water. Haven't found that to hardly ever be the case. So I let my spinnerbait sink all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to cast it out there. Let me back away from the camera here. Let it sink all the way to the bottom. And then depending on what type of stuff I'm fishing around, so if it's grass or weeds, I'm going to reel that spinnerbait straight back in with my rod tip angled up out of my hand at a 1 o'clock angle or 11 o'clock angle.
Oh, they just went
and
back
if I'm fishing around maybe a little bit deeper water or water with not as many snags, I'm going to retrieve the lure with my rod tip either kind of sideways to it, so I'm not reeling straight at the bait, reeling a little bit sideways from where I cast, and maybe at a 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock angle, definitely never at 6 o'clock all the way down here. It's kind of somewhere right in the middle. And the big thing about, getting a bite and catching fish on a spinnerbait, really any moving lures, is that you don't have to set the hook really hard. Because you are already moving that bait towards you, when a fish hits it, oftentimes it'll hit that bait and take you the opposite direction, which leads to a really awesome bite, a really quick tug. And that bite in itself almost sets the hook for you. So there's no need to feel the bite and set the hook really, really hard. All you've got to do is be reeling, feel that fish, thud the lure, and it starts fighting back, and you just kind of lean into that fish. That's going to be the exact same with all reaction baits we're going to talk about. And one really cool way that you can add some action, as we said, to your lures is going to be when you're retrieving it, specifically with the spinnerbait I'm talking about, you're going to maybe give it 1 or 2 little jerks with your rod, or maybe speed it up and then pause it and then continue the retrieve. That is a great way to make the spinnerbait's skirt that you have right here, the skirt kind of flares as you add some jerks or speeds and pauses. It really attracts those fish and makes sure that they know it's there and they can come and eat it. So a spinnerbait, fantastic way to catch fish. And the great thing about it is that there's really no way to fish it wrong. So whether you are throwing a baitfish oriented color for that clear water, ponds and lakes, or you're throwing a more bright flashy color for that dirtier water, a spinnerbait is a fantastic way to catch bass. Staying in the vein of moving baits, let's talk about the two that I didn't necessarily recommend for most bass anglers out there that are just beginning, but if you are fishing in an area with no snags, nothing to get your lure caught down there on the bottom, I'm going to talk about the crankbaits. For most beginner anglers out there, a crankbait is not the moving bait you want. You want the spinnerbait like we just talked about. But like I said, if you have nothing to get snagged on, crankbaits are great lures for that situation, and they definitely catch a ton of bass. I know when I was first beginning, these treble hook lures like a square bill crankbait, a popper, as we're going to talk about, ended up catching me a ton of fish just because they have such a high hookup ratio. Extra hooks equals extra chance for that fish to get hooked up. So I say we go on the water, show you guys how to fish both the square bill and the lipless crankbait, they're incredibly versatile lures. The first crankbait that I'm going to show you all how to fish is going to be the square bill crankbait. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a square bill crankbait is, it is a crankbait that's in the reaction bait category. You cast it out there, you reel it back in, you occasionally give it some pauses and some jerks, but it only dives to a certain water depth. So making casts out into the middle of your pond or your lake, not really going to be the most effective way to throw it. You want to throw it more parallel along the bank. So as I look here, throw it this way. As I work down the bank, throw it more this way, and kind of do that same pattern as you work your way around the pond or the lake. That's the best way to use the square bill. You want the square bill to be diving where that bill is just barely hitting the bottom. It's kind of a misconception about crankbaits that they shouldn't hit the bottom. They definitely should be hitting the bottom, which is exactly why I recommended them to be fished in areas that don't have a whole lot of snags down there on the bottom. So I'm gonna make a cast out there just like this. And unlike the soft plastics and the spinnerbait, this thing doesn't sink, it floats, so you can let it sit there as long as you want, nothing's gonna happen. But I'm gonna start the retrieve, and I'm gonna kind of slowly reel it until I feel it's at full water depth. If it's maybe diving too deep, I will raise my rod tip up, which will kind of bring that crankbait up in the water column a little bit. You really just wanna find the area where it's going to be just barely hitting the bottom. And as you can see, I'm fishing in an area that has a little bit too much leaves and sticks down there, but it still could work. So I'm gonna make another cast this way. I notice it's a little bit deeper out there. Start reeling it back in. And one of the best ways to catch fish on this thing is to hit a stick or a stump. I just hit a stick out there, a piece of grass, whatever. I hit it, I'm letting it rise, and then I'm reeling it again, because a fish could be following that thing. As soon as it sees your crankbait deflect off of a piece of cover, it might think, what the heck's going on? And then that crankbait begins again, it oftentimes triggers a bass into biting, and that is how you work the square bill crankbait. But like I said, with hook sets, they're not all the same. So with a crankbait hook set, instead of feeling that fish bite my lure and setting the hook really hard, it's just going to lean into that fish. All you need with treble hooks is to lean into those fish. There is absolutely no need, as a matter of fact, it's counterproductive to be setting the hook very hard with treble hooks, as it tends to rip those hooks out of the soft flesh in a bass's mouth. So that's how you work the square bill crankbait. Again, it is a shallow water lure meant for areas that are not snaggy. Now, a lipless crankbait is worked just like a square bill is, except that it is a sinking lure, not a floating lure, and it can be fished in relatively any water depth. So making casts out into the middle of your pond can be effective with the lipless crankbait, as well as making them parallel along the bank next to any kinds of cover. But like I said, it's not a weedless lure, and so you don't really want to throw it around a whole lot of snags, or else you're going to be losing them. So I like to kind of understand how deep my body of water is, and do what's called count my lure down. So I'm going to know how fast it sinks per second, and then I'm going to know how deep per se the area I'm fishing is, and I'm going to count the lure down so it doesn't actually hit the bottom. So I know it's about 8 feet out there. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and that right there should be just above the bottom. I'm going to reel it in with my rod tip, I'd say at a 3 o'clock angle, maybe a little bit lower. If the water I'm fishing is really shallow, I'm going to be having my rod tip up in the air. It really depends how high you want to keep that bait in the water column. But again, you just cast it out there, count it down, start reeling it in, and a bite's going to feel just like it does on a spinnerbait or a square bill crankbait, and you're going to lean into those fish. It is an amazing way to catch fish. And one really cool way is if you're fishing in areas that have no snags at all, not even really any mud, just sand, gravel, that kind of thing, you can cast it out there, let it sink all the way to the bottom this time. Even though it's treble hooks, let it sink all the way to the bottom. And especially in the fall and winter, you will work it just like a worm, almost identical to a worm, except it's a crankbait. So you're going to lift up that crankbait kind of fast, like the soft plastic jerkbait, let it sink to the bottom. Lift it up fast, let it sink to the bottom. Lift it up fast, let it sink. And that vibration as the lure comes from the bottom of the water column up into the water column and then kind of glides back down can definitely trigger some fish. That is called yo-yoing. Almost like you're using a yo-yo in your hands, just like that. That's exactly what you're doing with the lipless crankbait. And if bait fish are dying in your body of water, like I said, the fall, the winter, early spring, you're going to find a lot of success yo-yoing your lipless crankbait. But it is a great lure to throw, and again, if you want to see a detailed video on everything you got to know about this lure and crankbaits in general, I will leave that video linked in the video description. So our moving baits are now finished. We're going to put them back in the tackle box, and we're going to move on to our last category, which is topwater, starting with my all-time favorite for ponds and really catching bass anywhere, the topwater popper.
Got a lot of favorites.
One of my most memorable fishing days of all time took place, I think I was in 6th or 7th grade, maybe 8th. It was really my first experience at catching a ton of bass and a bunch of big bass all in one morning. And that day has stuck with me, and I kind of credit that day to why I am the person I am today. Why I love bass fishing so much is because of that day and because I threw this lure right here. This here is the KVD popper. I was actually throwing a different one back in the day. I think I threw the head and chug bug, really almost the exact same lure. The chug bug is just a bigger lure as compared to this one. But the popper is an incredible lure to cast out there and catch fish on. It is addicting to see fish come up and hit a topwater, but there are some nuanced things you have to understand when throwing a topwater that don't really apply to the rest of the lures in your first tackle box. So let's hop behind me and show you guys how to fish the popper. The topwater popper is a fantastic topwater lure, and it really doesn't take all that much effort to learn how to fish. That's why I included it in this video. So what you're going to do, because it is a floating lure, it is a top water lure, I'm going to throw this specifically next to pieces of cover. So in your pond or your lake, if you've got ducks, or you've got wood sticking up, whether it's a stump or a tree, if you've got an edge of the grass, maybe you just know that the bank drops off really quick from the edge where you're standing, that's a great place to throw a topwater. Out in the middle of your pond where you have no clue what's out there or how deep it is, probably not the most high percentage place to throw a topwater. I love throwing them in the morning if it's overcast. And again, I have tons of videos on topwaters and how to fish each of them effectively. What the differences are, I will leave that linked in the video description. I hope all of these videos help you guys out. When it comes to working the topwater popper, I'm going to make a cast out there in the middle just to show you guys how to work it, but of course I would never usually cast a popper in the middle. I'm going to reel in my slack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rod tip and make sure it's kind of up at like a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock position. And then with my line relatively tight, maybe a little bit of slack, I'm going to lower the rod tip until it becomes completely tight for just a split second. And that causes that popper to kind of move forward in the water very quickly, but a short little kind of like staccato movement. And it causes that cupped lip in that topwater to spurt a little bit of water. And so what it looks like in practice is just like this, where I go pop, reel in my slack a little bit, pop, pop, reel in my slack, pop. You can do even bigger pops to get a bigger splash, bigger noise, and you can do tiny little ones just like this that really allowed just the tiniest of little, what I call bloops by that topwater lure. And that really is the best way to work a topwater popper. There's tons of different brands out there. Some of them allow you to work them more side to side, and some are designed, like this one is, to really plow forward in the water back towards you. When you get a bite, you're going to know it. You're going to see a fish come from the water. It's going to hit it and it's going to take it down with it. And you don't really have to set the hook all that hard because it is a treble hooked lure. More than likely, it's got one of the hooks in its mouth. So again, it's just a simple pop. I don't know, 2 seconds in between pops. And if the water is getting colder and the fish are more lethargic and you still want to catch them on top water, maybe give it 5 or 6 seconds in between pops. But this is not a lure that you need to have sit there for a long time. It's a top water. It's fun to work fast. It's fun to catch fish. So that is how you work the topwater popper. And the last lure in our beginner tackle box, one of the most fun ones out there that can catch you tons of bass if the bass are feeling it, and that is the topwater whopper plopper.
What? Oh, so it's not letting me right click.
The whopper plopper is a fantastic lure for catching bass in relatively open water, whether it's shallow or deep, and in clear water, and it's definitely an awesome way to catch your new personal best bass, or just get yourself out there on some fish in general. So I say we hop on the water and show you guys how to fish this bait right here, the plopper. The really great thing about this lure is that just like the spinnerbait, and even simpler than the spinnerbait, it doesn't take any kind of special retrieve or special action. You cast it out there, it doesn't even sink to the bottom, can't get snagged on anything unless the snag is of course above the water that you can see, but it's just a really simple lure and catches the heck out of some fish. Where do you throw the whopper plopper? You can really throw it anywhere. In deeper clear water, it'll draw fish out from deep water, those deep grass lines, deep rock piles. It will attract fish from that deep water to come hit this thing, and it also excels in very, very shallow water. In your early mornings and in overcast conditions, the topwater plopper catches fish. Now, the thing about the plopper is that it takes a certain speed at which you retrieve it in a certain rod angle to make sure that tail is plopping, because if you reel it too slow or your rod tip is angled too low, you're not going to be able to get the desired action out of that lure, and it's just going to kind of drag back in the water like you caught a plastic bag, and that's not going to catch you any fish. You want that tail making the whopping and plopping noise as it's intended to. So when I cast out there, if I want to work the lure really, really slowly, I'm going to have my rod tip pointed up at a 1 to 2 o'clock positioning, just like this. And if I want to be able to have that lure plopping faster back at me, I'm going to lower my rod tip to a 3 to 4 o'clock position and speed up my retrieve. But if you were to have your rod down at a 3 or 4 o'clock position and you are reeling it very, very slowly, you're going to find that but if I was to speed it up, you can hear it right there, it does. So again, I want to cast it out there. If I want to keep it really, really slow, reel it with my rod tip up like this. If I want to speed it up, I will lower my rod tip and speed it up just like that. And with the hook set, you don't need one. You just get the bite, give him a second, maybe pause your retrieve, and then reel into that fish, and you're gonna have him hooked. But of course, do not give him slack. A topwater lure, especially a treble hooked lure, even those crankbaits, it's so important that you keep tension on those fish. And as a matter of fact, I'll probably make a video about tension here soon on the channel because it is very, very important to keeping fish hooked up. But that's been the video. I hope you've enjoyed. Let's go sit back down. So that is the video, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed. Again, my goal here on this channel is to help you guys become better anglers and catch more.
Oh, wow, he got a lot of videos.
This delicious lure right here is called the jig. And let me tell you something, I love me a jig.
I don't know how to spell tension. How do you spell tension, chat? Maybe I gotta like Google my fishing rod. What do I have again? I've got a Zebco 606. A Zebco 606. Salt fisher. Oh man.
Hi, I'm Gabby from Zebco, and I'm excited to give you an inside look at our 606 Big Cat combo with Eagle Claw tackle. This combo and tackle kit includes everything you need for targeting large catfish. This combo features a 7-foot telescoping medium heavy fiberglass rod and Zebco's 606 Big Cat spin cast reel that features all metal gears and comes pre-spooled with 20-pound high-vis Zebco line. Zebco
Hi,
I don't even think I got a salt
Today I'm excited
fisher.
to show you the 606 salt.
I think I just got a regular jaw.
What's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you about the 606 Salt Fisher combo from Zebco. I want to start by talking about
It's not
the
a
reel.
salt
This
fisher.
reel's got corrosion-resistant materials, quick-set anti-reverse, patented no-tangle design, and it comes pre-spooled with 20-pound Omniflex line. The 606 Salt Fisher combo also comes with a 7-foot, 2-piece telescopic medium-heavy rod. It's got shock ring guides and a full-length EVA handle. And this is how you guys are going to want to put it together. You're going to want to start by attaching the second piece and then extending the telescopic action. And one of the things that I'm really excited about with this 606 Salt Fisher is Zebco has actually partnered with Eagle Claw and Strike King to bring you guys the best saltwater baits and terminal tackle on the market. Included with this combo is 2 18-inch double drop rigs, 3 3/0 snells, 3 4/0 bait holder octopus hooks, 3 brass snap swivels, 10 red plastic beads, 1 large monofilament sinker slide, 1 2-ounce pyramid sinker, 1 2-ounce egg sinker, 2 Strike King 3 1/4 inch Pearl Rage swimmers, with one of those coming pre-rigged so you guys are ready to hit the water. For more how-to videos and tutorials, visit Zebco Academy at zebco.com.
Nah, it was ass. That's not even the one I got. It's not a salt fisher. It's just a regular drone. Y'all think this is a good reel?
Hi, I'm Gabby from Zebco, and I'm excited to give you an inside look at our 606 Big Cat combo with Eagle Claw tackle. This combo and tackle kit includes everything you need for targeting large catfish. This combo features a 7-foot telescoping medium-heavy fiberglass rod and Zebco's 606 Big Cat spin cast reel that features all metal gears and comes pre-spooled with 20-pound high-vis Zebco line. Zebco collaborated with Eagle Claw to bring you everything you need for catching huge catfish, including egg sinkers, brass barrel swivels, dip tube rigs, catfish Santee Cooper rigs, catfish ready rigs, and a heavy-duty fish stringer. For more information about this combo and other Zebco combos, visit zebco.com/academy.
That explained nothing. Oh man, I hate these videos so much.
What's going on, everybody?
I guess that's what happens when you pay $25 for a line for your fishing reel. What? Where did the fucking... Nah, bro.
What's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you about the 606 Saltfisher combo from Zebco. I want to start by talking about the reel. This reel's got corrosion-resistant materials, quickset anti...
Today, the series that I'm doing right now is in their budget line. Also the gear.
For big catfish though, like all right, bro. Good thumbnail.
Got him, guys. On the frog. Stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on. Got him, guys. Drag is low. Oh, you're in trouble, brother. Gear ratio is ridiculous. There's no way I could keep up with that fish. I was reeling as fast as I could. For today, it's all Zebcos and bank fishing. What is up, everyone? I'm gonna do a little challenge, as you can tell by the title. So as you guys know, my boy Felipe loves throwing his Zebco around, and I decided to challenge him. I want to do a Zebco challenge. So I went and bought a Zebco from Walmart, bought the last one, and I'm gonna put it on one of my rods. He already has one. So
oh, it's just the
fun little challenge, and see what we challenge for. So you guys stay.
I see how y'all probably be looking at my joints. I feel you.
That was a big bite. It might have been a big fish. Felipe has no idea he's in trouble. Drag kind of slipped on me when I tried to set the hook. Can't be having all that. Got him, guys. Drag is low. Oh. Oh. You're in trouble, brother. Oh, he came off. No. That was a good one. Dang it, guys. I could not keep up with him. How do you do it? Wow, that was crazy. I don't know how Felipe does it, but he freaking does it. There's no way. This gear ratio is ridiculous. There's no way I could keep up with that fish. I was reeling as fast as I could. Man, that would have put me up. That would have knocked this bait out, and I would have been able to start on my top water baits. These were the cheapest worms at Walmart. Everything I bought was pretty much a budget because it was all like dollar stuff. So that makes it even harder. Oh man, he's hooked up over there. He's hooked up good too. Is it a good one? Oh! I don't know if you guys can see him.
Fire.
So he caught his first one, so he's knocked that bait out. Dang it. Come on, I need to get one. Now there is some 10-pounders in here. If you guys haven't watched my other videos, there is 10-pounders, and there's a lot of big 6, 7, 8-pounders in here. So he said it's too small. He wants another one. Wow. I just want one right now.
I hear you, brother. Me too.
Like I was saying, there is some freaking tanks in here, so any moment this reel could be reeling in a double-digit bass, which is scary to think of. Got him, guys. Oh, guys, got him. Got him. We're hooked up. I didn't have camera rolling. Oh no, he's getting me in the bushes. Oh, get in here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's put him on the measuring board real quick.
I think I know it now.
See where we stand so we can move on to the next fish.
I think I understand it now.
Okay, so I'm gonna put him on here.
I was out there bitching.
Close
I think
his
I
mouth.
understand it now.
He is 15. We'll go with 15. Yep, 15 inches, guys. Just over the limit. Awesome. So let's get back. Let's get him back in the water. Pow! Let's get it. So that bait is knocked out. That was on the Texas Rig Senko. Take that bait off. And I'm gonna tie on, I think I'm gonna go frog. I'm gonna do the froggy. So we just made it to this other pond, the smaller pond, and there's probably like a 5-pounder in here swimming around with my frog that last time we were out here broke my line.
So I've really just been outside feeding fish.
I'm trying to catch him. Whoa, trying to catch him with the
I've really
Zepco.
just been outside feeding fish, playing around.
Oh, got him, guys. On the frog. Stay on. I think this is the same one that hit yours. Come on. It's not a giant. Oh, yes. Let's go. Frog knocked out. He is not bigger than 15, so I'm not going to measure him. But I do want a picture with him. Dollar buzzbait right here, guys. Skirts are. Look at this. Dollar. You can see it right there. So you guys can see I'm not lying. Skirt already looks like it's gonna come off. Look how cheap this thing is, guys. Buzzbait already came off. The skirt already came off the buzzbait. First cast. Wow. Gotta reel this thing super fast. This is the worst bait Walmart has right here. Has to be. I don't think this bait's gonna do it, brother. The buzz bait.
$4:20 a.m. My internet just stops. Oh no, my internet didn't stop.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna officially eliminate the buzz bait from the challenge. This thing is a piece of crap. Like this is just throwing this is a challenge within itself. This thing, first cast, the skirt was coming off of it. It don't stay on top of the water. The reel is way too slow for a buzzbait because you gotta have a pretty fast reel for a buzzbait. So we're gonna take that out the challenge. We made our decision and we are gonna go back. He's still throwing the frog right now. I've already caught one on the frog, but I'm gonna go back to the Senko and see if I can catch a bigger fish. My first fish was a 15-incher. Second one was a lot smaller. So I'm gonna tie the Texas rig back on and I'm gonna try to catch a bigger fish and we're gonna go from there. So we are not gonna get to use the boat today, guys. That seal he was putting on there, still too wet. So we won't get to use it today. But at least we'll have the boat fixed. We'll be able to get out there, slay some big ones for you guys in the future.
Yeah, man, I'm still trying to figure this out. Y'all see I'm over here studying now.
It's all Zepcos and bank
Calvin,
fishing.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Now,
He using the same kind of like reel I got. It's a little cheaper version of the reel I got.
Absolutely kill it on that worm out here.
He caught one fish,
so
but he's like, I'm seeing he like really reeling them in as soon as he casting it almost.
Time's running down, guys. It's getting pretty. I'm getting a little nervous because all it takes is that one bite.
I see he doing the floaty.
One bite
I'm getting it now.
And it's
I think I understand it now.
I really want to catch another one. Just seal the bag up. The one I lost earlier, man, that was a good fish. That was easily bigger than my 15-incher. There's one, guys. We got it. Got him. Got him. Be bigger than 15. Let's go. Let's go. Woo-hoo. He's close. He's close. He may be bigger. Let's put him on the scale. I mean, on the measuring board.
I don't even have a measuring tape. Man, who cares? I'm just trying to get one.
Let's see where you stand.
4-inch fish at this point.
Well, you make the cut. He's long, but he's skinny, but he's long. Yes, he is an upgrade, guys. You guys can see. Let me make sure the camera can catch that. He's right below the 16 marker.
I think I understand it now.
Right there. So, that's an upgrade. That gives me a little bit more comfort right there. Pow! Let's go. All right, so with time running down, catch a fish like that coming in clutch.
Lures. He's not even using
definitely
bait.
puts me a little bit more at ease, but at the same time, just as quick as I caught him, he can do the same thing with the giant. So, plus we do have thunder that I hear cracking in the sky. So we're gonna keep fishing just a tad bit longer. If we can keep upgrading, then we will. But for now, 16-incher might be the winner. That is it for this challenge. I beat my boy Felipe by about an inch. If that, the last one I caught was a little bit bigger than my first one. So that took the win for me. We were playing for a pack of baits, so he owes me a pack of baits. Shout out for him for being a good sport, challenging me, and that was fun. We may do another part to this. I'd definitely be down for it if he'd be down for it.
Gotta get the boat ready.
Yeah, next time we'll be on the boat. We usually catch a lot more fish once we're on the boat because we can actually hit the pond a lot better. So if you guys enjoyed it and you guys want to see another part, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. Hit that like button, it really does help. And
we gonna figure this out. I've learned so much in this last 20 minutes. 37 minutes? Nah, I ain't watching that. That's trouble. I feel like but they're not like using the one I got, man. Does that mean I should do a video about it? It's a little too late for that, I feel like. How I spent 4 weeks trying to fish with this reel. Maybe it was a 33. It's a grower, not a shower. We're not watching that.
Oh, look at it go. Stay tuned.
This is a Zerb code, but it's not the type of Zerb code I got.
All right, chilly start to the morning. A little bit foggy.
In the morning.
Damp, wet, but looks like behind some of that fog, there's some blue sky. So hopefully it'll be reasonable temperatures today. Supposed to get into the 60s. It was supposed to do that yesterday, but it didn't do it. Gonna try a different part of the lake today. We had not a lot of luck yesterday. Caught one fish. It was my first day back in 2 months of being gone deer hunting. So I'm going out today, see if I can narrow down where the fish are. All right, guys, we got one that just smashed a planer board. On the chicken side of the boat. Made a pretty good little pull through here for about probably 45 minutes. It's the first bite we've had. Part of this pull, I was in the river channel.
First bite.
So that might have contributed to not catching some fish. I'm back out of it onto a flat now. Where's this boy going? She's acting like he's going back to deeper water. We will see. Get this planer off of here.
Clean and the dirty.
I went under that line.
Ignore what I just talked about.
Thinking I could get it undone. I think we still got the line.
I feel like
got a little bit of a breeze.
On the wave I'm on right now.
We got a little bit of current too. They're pulling some water this morning. It's a cool morning, so they're generating some electricity. I might have to get him to the other side of the boat, I believe. I don't think he's a giant, but
Ben Franklin now.
Happy to have him. Yeah, we're up adjacent to the river channel now.
I mean, maybe this is really what it's like.
I think I'm into at least one other line
He got
too.
like 8 fishing reels out. Talking about one bite. Maybe
See how big this young fella is here. Sorry about the sun behind me. Nature of the beast out here this early in the morning. Simmer, 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 simmer. Come on, that big fella.
They not messing with us, man.
About 15 feet down, looking at the sonar. A little bop bop on the rod. There we go. There we go. I think I got a couple lines. It may not be as big as I thought. Got them lines in there. Easy mud. There he is. Good fish. Good fish. Boom. Put him in the net. Guys, I'll take fish like that all day long.
I would as well, brother.
Nice blue.
Man.
Welcome to the party.
You can probably keep that down too.
Get off some of these lines here. That one might be easy to simmer, simmer, simmer. How far down are you hooked? I'll cut that. You get that to go home with you, big fella. Stop it. Stop it. There he is, guys. Good looking fish. Good looking fish.
Nice looking fish.
He got hooked a little bit deep. He choked that piece of bait down. So we'll get him back alive, let him take the hook with him. All right, guys, there's the first fish of the day in the boat. Slammed a planer board, a piece of chicken. Been pulling for a while. It's not on fire. Marking some fish, had some decent arches in here, but not exactly on fire with the catching. So
Gonna keep pulling, keep
I
covering
feel
some
you,
water
gang.
here. It's about
It's definitely
55
fire.
degrees, not exactly cold. I'm gonna try this flat. I'm adjacent to a river channel here. Gonna pull this for a while. Then go take a look at a creek, see if there's any fish in there. My favorite fish are always the ones that I hook into when I'm reeling my lines in that have been dragging on a planer board for I don't know how long. We call it taking an Uber ride. That's what this one is. Boy, woo! Looky there. And right there. It's a big one. That's a fin of Brahma too. It's a fin job looking for a place to happen. Tell you what, catching big fish is easy. Catching tiny ones takes skills.
Really?
All right, let's drop this perch rig down. There looks like there's some stuff here on the bottom. This is one of those Runcel, R-U-N-C-L reels. I'll put you some information in the link where you can check it out. New little reel. I've been trying. I got some Andy braid on here. Pretty thin stuff. Boom, there's one. There he is. There may be two on there.
Yo, I told myself
It's
I
either
wasn't going to
two
do this.
or it's one big one.
I'm in a
One
fishing
big
rabbit.
one. There we go.
How?
Spitting up a shad. Some little thread fin. I got pieces of cut bait on here today. Not messing around with the minnows.
I promised myself
see
I
where that
wasn't
little
gonna
shad
do
went.
this,
He spit
and now I'm
out.
doing it.
That is what they are feeding on. This year's hatch. There's one. Hey-yo. Hi-yo.
You're going to have me out here singing this.
Hey, another one. Another one. Nothing but light line, little octopus hook, some little red Gamakatsu octopus hooks, little J hook style. Popping the perch, baby. That knocked off a piece of my bait. You can see I got a little bitty piece of cut bait. What I've done is I've taken a piece of this perch that I'm using for catfish bait, and I just cut me a little chunk off the end. This stuff generally stays on there pretty dang good. I'll hook it on there. You can use minnows. I've been using minnows until I got a few in the boat, but this stuff works good. Now it looks like we're off of them. Just came past some, it looks like. Let's see if there's some more in there. Boom, yep. Yep, there are schools of them. And then there's some of these individual groups of them. It'll be 1, 2, 3 at a time. That's a good one. It's a good size one there. Open up, big boy. Get that hook out of your mouth. Something that size, you start getting into something you can pop you some fillets off of. These things are good to eat. But yeah, it's a cool little reel. They call it the Titan. Titan 2. This is a 2000 series, 2000 class. It's perfect for this. Like I said, I've got Andy braid. Andy is making braid now. I got some. I think this is probably 12-pound braid. It is sewing thread thin stuff too. Dark color seems to work good in this water, and super smooth. I love it. I had been using Power Pro, used it for years. It's another one. Bam. And it was honestly getting hard to get. There were some supply chain issues, and I got word that Andy had this braid out, and decided to use it, give it a shot. And this is one application where I think braid, I love braid for this kind of stuff. When you need sensitivity, catching these fish, catching bluegill, catching crappie, I like braid. So nice fish. Boom. One thing that can happen when you get into these schools of perch, there can be
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? You alright?
I mean, what you dropping?
Who is me?
What the fuck? I like these photos right here. These are good choices. Let me go ahead and hit these. I like y'all photo choices though.
What?
Get the good ones.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Something
What?
to be hating, bro. They got you next time, bro. Oh yeah? Is this the real deal right here?
Real deal.
This the real deal right here.
The real deal.
1%.
Do you want to hold it?
Yeah.
So one hand on the base, one hand on the net right there. Just like a baby.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. You know I could have won one of these in my day, right?
Oh yeah.
I could have won one of these,
If it wasn't for
bro.
your bum knee.
Right, nah, if it wasn't for, you know what I'm saying?
So what we gonna switch
Right.
this up?
Is it heavy?
Nah, bro, it's not heavy, bro. Let me go meet my team, man. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm my #1 player right here. What's going on, bro? You all right? Yeah. Good to see you, man. For sure. Man, I need y'all to really, you know what I'm saying, go out there and perform for me today, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah, of course. But you know what I'm saying? I can't be the only one getting, getting boards and assists and points.
Oh, we got a picture.
82-60.
Sunrise.
You know what I'm saying? That's really where I'm. Oh, I don't think I went. Whose shoe is this?
Probably by the time.
No, I'm saying like the brand. Oh, Under
How's
Armour.
that sound?
I got me a tone. Hey, I got me a tone. You know what I'm saying? 90s type. You feel me? I'm gonna rip them off. All right, baby. Back up, cause I ain't got nothing on up under this right here. Let me see.
Yeah, let's go forward.
Oh, sitting down. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Number. You feel me? Okay, say less. Okay.
I was surprised to see. Wow. Let me tell you the game plan. I'm passing.
Sit down, man.
I'm passing the ball. Now, I ain't gonna lie, out there warming up, threes back to back.
Word.
I just gotta know how shit gonna go when I get wrong.
You say threes back to back? How many is back to back
No,
to
ask
you?
anybody. I'm out there back to back.
Word.
I'm like 10 for like 14.
Damn.
10 for 14, so I'm good. I'm kind of good.
And then you know what I'm saying? What's your number?
I don't know.
23?
23?
And then boom.
My number 23?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Hold on, do that one more time.
Hey, what? No, let me see your shit. Let me see your shit. That's the same shit on me?
Yeah.
It's just I'm doing like that because I know Jordan come off the rip.
Oh, yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
Do this again?
You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Yeah. Boom.
Oh,
You
that's
gonna
what
come
people
in?
was saying I was doing too much flicking.
Yeah. Number 23.
I was trying to let it come off the wrist, but now I see you just throw it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna listen to do.
Yeah. It's more like God hand this way, aim at the rim. No, see, look, you holding it back.
This shit straight. This is my first basketball game.
Word?
Yeah.
I see. Hell yeah.
Strong shit. Okay. All right. I'm trying to take
He went from 3. Then it went from 3.
This is my first basketball game I've ever been in, so I appreciate y'all for giving my first.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, for sure, nigga.
10 and 14. It's crazy.
We're gonna have a long day, man.
Wasn't this nigga like 0 for 12?
20 points. I would have won that against you. I would have won that against you. I would have won that against you, and you
I bet
know.
you I'm winning it today, though. I'm winning it today. I've been waiting for you. I've been hooping. Oh my God.
If me and you was in the NBA Finals and that was at stake, I would have won.
If we was both in the finals and that was at
And
stake,
yeah, East versus
all my life you wouldn't have.
East versus West, I would have won this.
Show me today, then.
We gonna see.
Show me today.
We gonna see. Sit down, bro. Other day I was on stream. Other day I was on stream. And you kind of made a comment about my.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Nah.
You made a comment about, you was talking to India Love and you said that I had huh?
Say it.
You said I had a big dick. How? Don't tell nobody that because they think you would know.
You know what India say?
What?
India asked me how big is it? That means, you know me?
Oh, that means she want to know.
Yeah.
And what you say?
I do it.
Oh, you owe the lob, alley-oop, and I don't. Oh, so okay. Sometimes when God give you a lob, you got a 360.
You got to dunk it.
You got a 360
I
dunk
see you
it.
dunk it though. I see that shit.
You see me?
It's a big one.
Okay. Now that I see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. You all right?
Yeah.
Hey,
That wasn't a
I'm
good
gonna need you
explanation.
to.
Let me give you the
I
big
got play?
Nah, they saying that it's another dude who's strong, who's stronger than you.
Oh, Hassan.
Yeah, I'm like, man, he ain't stronger than yeah. So that's all I need. Do that one more time.
It's not your locker room, baby.
I'm not in here. I'm not in here though. How do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just passing through and I'm just.
That's some up shit though.
I'm just.
What's up with it? What's cool?
Oh, he's I'm just looking at what color jersey y'all got on. That's it. Hey, nah, don't let him in there. Don't let him in here, bro. I tried to go in there. They said I couldn't go in.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Bro, don't let him, bro. Go over there, bro. Hey, go over there. Go ahead. Hey, bro, I tried to go over there earlier.
It was a problem.
Okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my shit together. Here's the big deal. So look, I'm grabbing from here and I'm ripping. Yeah, on some 90s vintage, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? When they announcing my name, I'm just picturing I'm playing it through. They announcing my name. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, team captain. You know what I'm saying? Representing AMP, Tone, number 34. Dude, yeah, boom, boom, and I'm out. Nigga, anyway, that's how we gonna do it.
My friend there.
Pre-game, how we feeling?
Real good, man, real confident, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go out there, we're gonna compete, you know, like we do always. Oh, nice to finally meet you. For sure.
Rough it again. Talk to me nice.
Hey.
I'm gonna keep it close. I didn't call it.
No, it's not about keeping it close.
Okay, all right.
It's about keeping it fair.
All right.
If they do something, call it. If we do something, call it. Sketch.
Not a foul unless I see blood.
Listen, this is exactly. This is more than a charity event.
I feel like it was for charity.
Yeah, this is more than that. This is
Not a foul unless I see blood.
the battle for bragging rights.
I got you.
Do you
Did you win last year?
Yes. Do you think I want?
got you.
You think I want to hear Mark mouth for a year?
Hell no.
Exactly.
I gave you a pretty good call last time.
Yeah. So keep same energy.
I got you.
All right. Good to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
For sure.
Love you.
Love you too. I need everything cool. Everything. Hey.
Good.
What's going on, nigga? Where you about to go?
I'm finna get this little wristband, so I'm gonna just watch the game.
Why you not playing though?
They took me out.
Cause you ain't no hooper. That's why. Cause you ain't no hooper though. All right, man.
Yeah, no, it was going down for 5. BCA on
Top
me,
up.
BCA on 3. 1, 2, 3. BCA.
Tone. Tone up. Tone up. I need to cut mustache.
I might not let Marks go today. For sure. What? You gotta follow through a little better. I like this right here. Going on. Yeah, just break away. Boom, boom. Pete! Oh, so that's what we... Yes, ma'am. That's what we doing like that right now?
Wow. Got an old section?
I put the pictures. Oh, y'all, by the way.
Wait. Hold on. I had to carry these in the airport. Okay?
I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, though. Yeah.
And finally, standing at a 6'1" out of Greenville, South Carolina, the D block stepper, Duke Dennis.
The man, the myth, the legend, Duke Dennis, no longer coaching, but he's stepping onto the hardwood.
Duke this time bringing it up.
We got a bunch of ball handlers. Euro step, righty layup on the left side, and it's 7-0 early. Again for Ray? No, but rebounded by Duke. This unit is firing on all cylinders right now.
This right here. All the real hoopers wearing right here. Michael Jordan.
All real hoopers got the real.
Yeah.
Iceman Ippy, the X Factor.
Yeah, they said he could beat Duke Dennis in the game, so he's gonna have to keep performing like that. Duke on the drive all the way.
Oh, rivalry, and he's just too little, says Duke. Cam, might be too much space, but he cannot connect. Rebounded by Duke, and he is out.
Duke with another drive and another lay.
Straight to the rack, up and under. That is premier athleticism from Duke.
And oh, what a pick!
He's everywhere, Agent.
Duke up to Friga, Friga back to Duke, no!
They tried to go showtime, but they reset. It looks like they have a legitimate offensive set.
It almost feels like they've played before.
100%. Back to Duke. Uh-oh.
Deep shot!
Oh, Duke Dennis and a great contest from Mark. There's nothing you could do about that one.
How you doing?
You think gonna win or no?
Yeah. We definitely gonna win.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
How many points you got right now?
13.
I'm so curious what Kai is filming.
Yeah, I got 9 rebounds though.
See, we don't even have the backpack.
0.
He just filmed it.
Yeah. 13 points is cool. This is way more than I thought I would have. But you know, way more points than I thought I would have. Mark got 0, so that's all that matters. For sure.
Only thing I'm gonna say is that we gotta convert on the power plays. Every time there's a power play, we can go score easily. So just go get a bucket, run in
For
transition,
sure.
but way faster. Go get a bucket every time.
Every season just called out everybody else.
Yeah. Power play. They can't out rebound us.
Yeah, nah.
We're too strong. They can't guard us. You know what I'm saying? And they don't got more dogs.
Nah, hell nah, hell nah. We good.
I guess I gotta call this
about
early
15.
morning 15.
Cool 15.
Yeah, about 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ice pack was it?
Same spot.
Oh,
Another
that
rebound.
is a man's board from Duke Dennis.
And if you remember last year, he did a lot of the same. A lot of rebounds, a lot of putbacks.
Who was that in the pink? Who was that in the pink right there? Oh no, not that pink. Not that pink. All the way back there.
Alright,
You know what I'm saying? The one all the way.
like over there.
Like, bro, words. I'm talking about. Oh, you see him? No, you see him?
Over there.
Yeah.
And it's on the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
On the
Yeah.
stairs. He's talking about the one on the stairs
Yeah,
up
bro.
there at the top.
She left though. You probably won't be able to see
He
her.
walks in, I see. By the concession.
Yeah.
Get with the ball in hand. You should be afraid. 1 minute 44 left to go here in the game.
They're wearing a headband.
We got Funny Mike. Oh, not quite. Duke on the rebounds though. Fade away.
Wow, look at the arc on Duke. Now he is on fire as well.
Yeah, I'm here with the
announced
two
it.
team captains. We got Team Mark, Team Duke. First, Team Duke. Congratulations on the victory, man. What went into that right there?
Game plan. And at the end of the day, it's all about execution, and I feel like we executed that game plan.
Duke Dennis has not won twice. Damn, 3 times? No, he didn't win 3 times. He won 2 times. Exactly.
The first year, I got MVP. The second year, I had a pink jersey on. Me and Mark didn't play. And this is the third year where I am victorious. I'm 3-0. It's real hard to come back from 3-0. 100%. For me? Now, if I comment on what you got going on, you feel me?
Yeah.
Right. You need to hit that gym, buddy.
All right.
All right. For sure, appreciate it, bro.
Good game.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
About what you got going on.
Yeah, for sure, appreciate it.
Thank
For sure, yes ma'am. I ain't got no wristband. What's going on, nigga?
Watch out.
What's going on, nigga? What's going on, boy? What's going on, nigga?
Right here.
No kidding, I'm low key jealous by y'all, cause he be talking about y'all all the time. I'm supposed to be his
That's cap.
best friend. No, facts.
literally
No,
lying.
facts. He be talking about his Discord all the time. In the chat.
She's literally lying.
I be like, I gotta have a conversation with him.
She's literally lying. She's lying.
Yeah, we can take 3 in the back.
Headed to what? Oh, is this the club?
I'm on the way, bro. D, where you at?
How far?
10 minutes. I don't know. I got no evil. I don't got no evil laugh. Hey, it's cool though, cause all right. That sounds like the hooping because all the hoes out there, but bro.
I wonder if he really like
it, bro.
envisioned.
I came out strong in the first quarter, and I realized like.
Like, do you think he ever asked?
Bro, if I keep this up,
Future do?
this game not gonna be close, bro. It's gonna be ass. So I had to calm down a little bit, you know. I done came to camp a few times. I ain't never seen it like this before. If anybody out there ever, you know what I'm saying. Not just anybody. I'm really talking to the streamers and the content creators and things of that nature. You having a rough day, you know what I'm saying? Just want you to think about all your supporters, all the people who watch you, all the people who, you know what I'm saying, be reposting and liking your stuff. And it's thousands of people, bro. You know what I'm saying, who genuinely rock with you. Me and Kai not in the same section, though. I made sure I got my own, big boy. Love you, though.
What up, dude?
What's going on, bro?
How you feeling?
Chilling.
There's a ball? Come on, see. Which one your ball?
Huh?
Yeah.
Which one your ball?
Which one, my ball? Nah, go ahead, do your thing, bro. Hey. What's going on? How you doing?
Yo, got me up like my mom.
AMPX Bang. I guess we know who paid for this section. Bang, you came out. They probably got them so lit. Shit, only reason I drink a Bang.
No, I asked you what your vlogging setup was and you never responded. Oh, let me tell you. All right, smell me. Smell me.
All
right.
Zelmy is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
For sure. Y'all have a good one, man. Hey, how you doing? You all right?
I'm cool.
Yo, we gotta keep moving. I'm finna go home, man. It's too much going on.
Hey, man, man. It's your boy Nash, reporting live from campgrounds. You can't spell camp without putting AMP in it. With that being said, hey, man, how was the event tonight?
And it was marvelous, man. I always pull up the camp and have a good time, man.
Hey, but you said on TikTok, you said, hey, camp the favorite spot in Houston you come to. So
you saw that?
Hey, let the people know why camp your favorite spot, though.
No, man, I like the outside vibe, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always show me a lot of love, and you know, that's pretty much the only club I go to.
Hey, but look though, in the club in Houston, who you think bring the baddest shorties down? What club?
Now, this is the only one I go to.
Oh, yeah, say that.
Yeah, this is the only one I do.
Hey, heard it. Real spill, appreciate it, man.
For sure, hell yeah.
That's like it.
Hey.
We out here going crazy doing the wheelies.
Hey, I done seen somebody try to do that shit and then dodge it last minute, got that ass hit. Two.
I didn't think that story was going that direction.
What's going on, boss? How you doing?
Sir, can I get something quick?
Hey, Lee, look. I learned my lesson. No fucking blue ink. All right, that's what they say. No blue ink. Yeah, there you go. Wait, this is red. Hey.
Is these the same bulls with the pictures?
Should I sign with red? Cause they say they can do this.
They probably sell
This ain't black. Here you go though, bro. I can't. They was on my ass. Yeah. That was on my ass last time.
This nigga probably in the street trying to find his marker right now. Oh, this is cool parking. All right. I wonder if any other, I know like Funga and Daz and all them was there, but like was any other AMP members there?
I'm a bad bitch. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with this right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no bullshit. I'm ready for my pool party. I'm ready for my pool party. Everybody in here invited, by the way. I didn't invite nobody.
Yeah. Aww. The shape, man, be looking fine.
What's your name, bro? What's your name? How old are you? What you got going on right here?
Interesting things.
Everything I'll go for.
Who is this right here?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm lit right now.
No, listen. Listen, bro. Relax. Like, goddamn. I can't get nothing. I don't got the cologne. You smell me.
Oh! You got me. You got me. That's what we got.
Stop talking to those guys not better than you.
You said what?
I said, not, never mind. I'm gonna let you
Yeah, you weren't. I didn't like you. You were invited by somebody else.
Huh?
Did she just throw herself in a category of
You find a squad that's sick!
I'm gonna go. You tell me something.
No, you want bullshit.
No, I'm not.
I gotta move.
You gotta what?
I gotta move.
And I'm gonna go.
Yo, girls shoot their shots be so crazy.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it, yo.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Hey, look, nigga, you was at the game yesterday.
Yeah. I'm selling water, bro. I got a surplus.
Yo, young boy really was.
Hold on,
everywhere,
what is it? It's just black, though. Okay, it's black.
Not blue.
Oh, I appreciate that, because they got on my yesterday about that right there.
Yes, sir. I respect it, bro. I wasn't doing no blue.
What's up, guys, and welcome to our Kids Edition featuring me, your host, Lauren Olivia. Today I'm here with the one and only Mr. Duke Dennis. How you feeling today?
You a natural.
Oh, thank you.
I like that right now. I'm feeling fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Never better. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. You came for DreamCon, so how did that make you feel?
Oh, man, I always come to DreamCon this year 3 in a row. Shout out to my brother Mark. Shout out to RDC, you know what I'm saying, for having me. Shout out to DreamCon. They always show me a good time, man.
Well, that's good to hear. Okay, so my first question to you is, if you had to pick one moment that defines AMP history forever, what is it?
Moving into a house together, man. Moving into a house was the best decision we ever made. You know what I'm saying? It got us where we at today. We can create content 24/7 together. They're my brothers. That's what transitioned from us from being friends to brothers. So that's what it was. Hey, no cap.
What's up? What's up?
You was on the internet talking about I would have to pay for it. I could just take it.
No, listen, we're not.
I could just take it.
I was shut the fuck up. I was gonna auction it. Like, you know, that was the opportunity. It's not for me though. It's for my boy. Stream where he did some content, right? Cassie's gonna invite him. He's seen every day for 151 days. So I ain't tripping about getting this shit back though. I need my boy to get his ticket though.
No. I don't want it back. You was on. I don't want it back. You was talking about some shit like I would have to pay for it back. Look, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, hit me out though. No cap.
Hey,
you listen though. You got on it. Let me tell you how stupid. Let me tell you how stupid. No cap. You got on the internet saying that I would have to buy it back. There was some like that was stupid as fuck.
No, I had.
But look though, we could just take it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, like I could just take it.
I know you can't wait.
Yeah. No, I'm saying though. If I wanted it back, I would just take it back. But however, you know what I'm saying? You reached out and did. I told my cameraman because he seen it. He seen it first. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let bro keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But what is it that you want from me?
All right, get Gio. Okay. I got a homeboy named Gio, right?
Gio, okay.
Okay, named Gio. He gets like I was giving him straight every day to invite him from Alaska. I said, all right, I'm gonna invite you. It's a clip and everything about shit. So I'm gonna invite you. I got a clip. Hold on. It's a clip. And I put that shit up fast. I said I was gonna charge you. I need my college tuition paid for.
Why the f would I buy my own bag? That's stupid as f.
I need my tuition paid for.
Right. What you need your tuition paid for if you trying to do content?
I was out here recording my cousin.
So you a cameraman?
I'm not even a cameraman though.
No, this word. So what Gio is? Alright.
Yo, Kyle, from Alaska gang. I came to Houston, bro. I came to Houston from Alaska, bro. I've been waiting, very patient. I tried hitting up Bree. I tried hitting you up. I tag you every day, tag Bree every day, bro.
So Kyle ignoring you basically.
I mean, he's a busy guy, man.
He's a
very great guy, busy guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. It's not like I'm holding that against him. I know he's busy, bro. But like,
You know what you need to do?
What?
Kyle. That's my dog. That's my dog though. Kyle. Continue doing what you're doing.
Always.
The man upstairs is going to lead you to exactly where you need to be.
Oh, yeah.
All right? We'll see you at the top. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
I was doing a favor.
Hey, you can have it right there. Hey, y'all need to do stuff. Huh?
You know, I don't even think the thought of DMing Kai has ever crossed my mind.
He got a $10,000 reward to slap me. I'm going to wash him. I told Bud I was going to wash him. I'm going to wash him in the pool. Real, how you gonna see me? Fox News. Real talk. I was gonna wash him. I was really finna perform. I don't bother nobody. Man, I don't bother nobody. I was finna wash him. Real talk. Wash and dry him. Ain't no need for no overreact. Yeah. Ain't no cap though. That was lit though, boy. They had a good time. That bitch was swinging. They were real nice though. I can't count. I ain't expect the turnout. And look, I ain't expect for the turnout to be so, appreciate everybody who showed out, you know what I'm saying, and that was my first time ever of my face was on the flyer, I don't even take hostings though, cause I ain't really like my face being on the flyer, but hit me up. Real talk, I like that though. I like the turnout. It was like everybody showed, man. Everybody was in the pool, swimming and things of that nature.
Welcome to A&P Pawn Stars. Business is booming. We just opened up a pawn shop, and we got 2 different teams. Team 1 is Kai and Davis.
My zip ties was loose. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna stand in what's happening. My zip ties was loose. The basket on the bike was flopping all over the place. No way. Well, chat. I'm ready to go. I was just curious what was going on. Oh, this is the vids that made him famous. Damn, they were streaming together back in the Red Room. Damn, Silky been streaming that long? That makes sense.
How do we get here, bro? I thought we was all friends, bro. I look at you and turn on.
What kind of corny? That wasn't funny, guys.
That was an L joke.
That was
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
Well, dear relaxed. Let's close our eyes and pick one. Dancing on a Monday. No. Showing 2 minutes. Let's go to the one with the saying. All right, bet. Good folks. 5 minutes and we will be back on the bike. See y'all very shortly.
gonna go to the pier where we always be at that. My usual hot catch bag. I'm in I'm in the street biking like I'm supposed to. Somebody's on. Pull my truck. Pull up my. Shit, it's about to fall on my bike. Damn, that's smoke shop open all day, all night. Just hanging out. It's great. I love when to drive. No traffic at all. Street. Like about to change. Damn. Oh man, that sunrise looks amazing. It's just camera. What? That looks incredible. I'm so glad I did this. I think I just went out and back in. How we looking? Connected well, chat? I could have probably connected. bumpy. A little bumpy, a little rock. A little bumpy, little rocky. Oh.